world? Back again. It is the tag team of two, Country Rap Report. It's your boy, Big XL.
What up? What you do, Spank?
And Spank is doing a heavy marketing promo. Let you guys know. Make sure y'all get y'all Country Rap Report merchandise.
I'm actually eating. I'm trying not to eat on camera, so
What are you eating?
bread.
It's straight bread?
I'm a bread whore. I eat bread all day. I don't care.
You and the wife?
All day. The bread is a meal for me.
In Mexico, in the mornings, we get up first thing in the morning and walk to the corner store and buy fresh bread.
Buy fresh. What kind of bread they got in Mexico?
Bro, just all kinds of. I'm not a big bread eater, but we walk because they have these community stores like in the neighborhood, and that's the every morning ritual. Get up, throw on the coffee, or get up. You walk in your pajamas, basically walk to the store, and you got several to pick from. Whoever they done bake fresh bread, different shapes, sizes, different. I don't know because I'm not a bread guy. But I'm talking about you just get it, take it back, brew your coffee, sit down. They dip it in the coffee.
In the coffee.
Yeah.
Is it hard bread?
I mean it's like fresh bread.
It's like biscuits and coffee, with biscuits and tea.
It ain't like biscuits. More like dinner rolls
in the coffee.
Yes.
Well, what the hell y'all on in Mexico?
Matter of fact, but are there any Mexican stores like Mexican supermarkets in Mexico?
There's a couple of them around here. Yeah.
All right, look in the bread section.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, it Jonas is going to have like a panel like we see in an Ingles bakery or something.
Right.
And it might look like, you might look like, oh, that looks like a donut or something because it's got sprinkles or different stuff. But that is just bread.
Yes.
And
I'll have all of that.
And basically,
I ain't dipping it in no coffee now, but I'll fuck it up.
They dip it in coffee. They dip it in cocoa. I don't. Like I would always, that's the one thing I like most when I visit Mexico. And it's really mostly the women. Mm-hmm. But because I'm on vacation, I'm chilling with the women. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But just getting up, taking those morning walks, and just sitting around, just talking about, or me listening to them speaking their language, because I don't understand what they're saying.
Right.
But just talking about life over coffee. It's almost like something you expect to see in a movie, like just sit around and eat. I
didn't know anything about that part of culture.
Yeah, bro.
You just told me something completely new.
Very, very relaxing, and I really, that's one of my favorite parts about going to Mexico. Those early morning walks to get the fresh bread, sitting down with my sister-in-law and my wife, and them just talking about life, laughing, giggling, and.
Now I watch them cook on YouTube's. I subscribe to like 6 or 7 channels of just them cooking, and all of that stuff be natural. But I've never seen the bread. It's a new thing for me. Yeah,
bread is, my wife loves. She'll make bread a meal too.
Can she make a chalupa? Like the casing that goes in it?
I don't know. What's a chalupa?
They got them at Taco Bell. Don't take me this is the wrong way because I don't want to stigmatize it, the conversation. But if some of that shit at Taco Bell ain't real Mexican food, so if a chalupa ain't real,
nothing. Is that the thing with the cinnamon?
Is it a cinnamon one? I don't know. I don't eat anything sweet at Taco Bell. But it's normally what I get. It's got like it's a soft chocolate shell, but it's kind of crusty and got layers to it. But it's shaped like a taco.
It's probably American. I haven't seen anything like that in an authentic. Matter of fact, I need to cut. I was just in Macon last weekend. Damn. But y'all, I ain't seen no. We had a soccer tournament in Macon. I don't know how y'all live in Macon.
What are you talking about? Why?
I don't know why. 3 times I stopped through Macon. I stopped through Macon on my way from South Carolina.
Right.
I stopped through Macon on my way from somewhere else. So I've been in Macon for approximately, I was there for 2 hours for the length of a soccer game last weekend.
Right.
I have been in Macon, and every time I'm in Macon, I end up at a convenience store.
Right.
And they all scare me.
Well, you probably in the wrong spots if you're at a convenience store.
I was down the street from the soccer field.
Where was this soccer field? Was it in Bloomfield?
I don't know. I'll have to look at my GPS. But watch soccer game out of there.
Yeah, most of our convenience stores are suspect.
Yeah, bro.
You got to stop at a Quick Trip, something like that.
I ain't seen no Quick Trip. So
they off the interstate.
Yeah. So every time, like I was at a store. The store we was at last week. It was a whole family sitting out front the door.
Right.
And I'm like, the wife like
it's their front porch.
like it was yes. I'm like, man, they ain't say anything when I went in. When I came out, they're like, yo. I don't hear them. Yo. I don't hear that. Now I get to the car, the wife is on her phone, and I'm like, so make it make me feel like I gotta be strapped.
You do. You do need to be strapped here, that's for sure.
Seem like I'm gonna be bothered by some people that are living a disparaging life.
Yeah, and will take advantage of you if you get caught lacking. So yeah, you definitely need to, especially in the spots you just talking about you was in. That's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, while we talk, I'm gonna look it up. All right, so ladies and boys and girls, Country Report, let me let you know what we are all about. We give you our best opinions.
I'm gonna eat while you're doing this. I'm
reactions,
sorry.
expertise on some of the best and worst videos in the genre of country rap. And some of those videos aren't always geared towards the genre of country rap, but there are videos we feel like you, the amazing fans of the genre, would appreciate. We also give you some of the most exclusive artist interviews throughout the genre of country rap. We're actually putting on artists who wouldn't normally get interviewed on other places. That's something I've noticed about the interviews, because some of the people just go for the big names. But we're giving opportunities to people who want to talk to us. Maybe we should put together a little package, since I see somebody got a little package.
No, I won't do that. I won't do that. But I'm okay with doing the little guys, because it's the little guys that are helping push us. So yeah, I'm all right with that.
Well, the little guys should offer us something, though, don't you think? You don't know?
They're sharing us.
Well, they need to share the wealth.
I don't want to do that, bro.
Okay.
I don't want to do that.
I thought you sent me that because you wanted to do that. You just sent me that.
I sent you that to let you know that typical hip hop practices are also being done over here in country.
Oh yeah, I had seen that a couple days prior. That same post. Also, we give you guys what we call music industry playbook. Now, the music industry playbook is where we take a subject, whether it's a subject within the realms of the music business, and we basically hone in on it and navigate through the goods, the bads, the pros and cons of that subject. Maybe it's publishing, maybe it's 360 deals, maybe it's marketing, maybe it's shows. But basically, we give you an episode based upon that subject. And last but not least, we give you what we're going to give you today, and that is AMA. Ask Me Anything. That's where you, the viewer, the listener, if you're listening on your favorite streaming device or streaming network, can hit us up on our inbox, DM, text message, message in the bottom. However you feel like you got to get to us, you can hit us up and ask us your questions, and we'll discuss them to the best of our abilities on this show to give you a clear answer. And we allow you to remain anonymous. That way your friends don't know you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Right.
All right. So today is an AMA.
Speaking of that, Jack Gaspard hit me the other day, asked me a question about features. And the media was like, motherfucker, you ain't watched the latest episode because we just talked about this. But instead of me cussing him out, I just went ahead and gave him the rundown. And then I sent him the link, like, you might want to watch this, because we just went over this on an episode. So sometimes all of us be on the same wavelength. We just don't know where we need to be tapping into. But we're trying to supply as much information as possible so everybody over here can succeed.
What was his question about features?
It was about should he be charging for features and what his rate should be.
Yeah, we definitely just talked about that.
We talked about it multiple times, but yeah, we talked about that in a very extensive episode, But he'll get it.
All right, so look, before we get into the AMA, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
We tend to do a little baseball talk here, sports talk here. So what is your opinion right now of the National League?
National League's going to win the World Series, but you don't know who it'll be. It's going to be between the Mets, the Braves, Cardinals, or Dodgers. One of them four. You
think the Padres are out the running?
Yeah, I don't think Padres got it. They don't have enough. They don't have enough pitching. After Darvish, it's a little fall off, but then after those two, it's a steep fall off. And I just don't think they got enough to sustain it up in through the playoffs. They got Cronenworth, you got Soto. That's it. Without Tatis, you're kind of lacking, in that superstar or somebody that can carry the team for a day or two.
Machado had his best year ever.
Yeah, but he's still Machado. But he's just on that level, keen playing field, 300 batting average. He's going to always, slap one or two out in a series. I just don't know if that is enough. That to compare the two, I don't think they can get past the Dodgers, first of all. But I don't think that they can. If the playoffs started today, they probably have to play the Cardinals or us. They're not getting past us, so they don't have enough.
You think the Braves are peaking right now?
Braves been peaking since the
All-Star break.
Just the All-Star break. We've been on a steady incline and getting better and better. We're getting healthier, so that's the issue for everybody else. Which is why I think it's probably going to be. We can beat the Dodgers. We can't beat the Mets. So if the Dodgers can beat the Mets, and I think we can get past them, and then we'll go to the World Series.
I would argue that point. Up until last week, and now I'm afraid.
Well, your pitching is suspect.
Remember I said coming into the season, our pitching was suspect.
Right, especially with Bauer still over there suspended. So yeah.
Bauer works at Home Depot.
If he comes back though, if he wins his case,
he can't come. He's not gonna come back this year.
Yeah, you're right. They're planning that. They're pushing it along as they can.
Okay, now Bueller is a wrap.
He done.
And might not see him next year.
No.
Because he's having his second Tommy John surgery. I hope we see him on the field and effective again.
Right.
But this is his second Tommy John surgery.
Right.
I truthfully think they make up injuries to let Kershaw get rest. But that's okay if he can perform in the playoffs.
That's true.
Dustin May actually
came back. Yeah.
He came back and had a hell of a first game. Actually had a hell of a second game, just didn't get the run support. And actually his third game,
May's not enough though.
No, it definitely is not enough. This is the sad thing. His third game, they just got torched by the Padres.
Right.
He gave up 2 hits. He gave up 4 hits, but 2 of them were 2-run home runs each.
Ouch.
So, he's going to take that L. Well, they ended up getting smacked because all the relievers gave up 2. But the Dodgers have lost 3 in a row. Now I'm getting scared. Because we lost 2 to the Mets, 1 to the Padres going into the weekend. And Gosselin.
Losing those 2 to the Mets was a statement game.
Yeah.
Your confidence might be a little, you're hurting right now, fam.
Well,
I got to do something.
We lost 2 one-run games to the Mets and then got spanked by the Padres, who I think don't like the Dodgers.
But you might be seeing them same teams, this time next month. So that's not a good confidence boost.
Teams scare me.
Yeah.
So,
yes, sir.
And what's Gosselin?
Gosselin.
He is on the 15. They just put him on a 15-day DL.
Now there's probably your mystery injury to give him rest, because this is the most he's worked, because typically he's a relief pitcher. But now they need him for the playoffs. So them coming up with that. Rest? Oh yeah, for sure. He needed that.
But he was 16-1, leading the league in ERA, second in victories.
Behind Kyle Wright.
Yeah,
for the Braves.
Yeah, I mean, I know if he's second, he's behind somebody. You didn't. So
yeah, but it'll be a good playoff. They're doing the right thing right now. They're trying to, but they haven't peaked. But all you gotta do is peak to like the last 2-3 weeks.
You don't think the Dodgers have peaked?
Dodgers peaked in the middle of the season. You don't need to be peaking then. You need to be peaking towards the end, because you ride that wave into the playoffs. That's how we got in last year. Like, we were a wild card team, remember?
Well, the weird thing, and I'm hoping, I've never seen this. The Dodgers have a potential of having 4 batters who bat over 300. I think that's dope.
They gonna need them.
Because you got
who's you got? Mookie,
1, 2, 3, which is Mookie, Trey, and
I forgot about Trey.
Mookie, Trey, and Freddie. Trey and Freddie are battling out for second and third in batting average in the MLB. I mean, in the Nationals.
Okay.
Mookie will be up there, but he got hurt. But Mookie got 33 home runs, and he missed a month. And
I still think Trey should be batting leadoff. Mookie should be.
I do too. I think Mookie must have it in his contract.
No, he's probably just a diva like Acuna. Like, I don't want to hit anywhere else other than the top. Don't put me anywhere else other than that, or I'm not gonna play, or I'm gonna be unhappy. Those are the words they probably use.
I believe that because Trey, when Mookie missed a month,
right?
Trey lifted his batting average like 18 points batting first. He was batting under 300 and lifted his batting average to 300 plus while Mookie was hurt. So I don't know. That's why I'm like, Mookie must got in his contract. There's no way Dave, not that Mookie's doing bad, it's just, I don't know. And the wild
good problem to have.
Yeah. The wild card is, believe it or not, Gavin Loves.
Been hitting 300?
He's batting 298.
I didn't know that.
They say Freddie Freeman took him under his wing.
Oh, well, that's a good wing to be up under.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous now with all these injuries. All right, man, let's get into it.
Good luck, though. We're in the last month of the season. I do mean that. Good luck.
I'm going to wear this every episode. I just got a new one, too. I'm going to wear this and it looks the same.
I don't have a pink one, so I ain't going to put one on.
I'm going to wear this every episode until the season is over. Maybe I won't, but I'm going to wear it quite a bit. All right, so first question. Is a question I have. So I don't have an answer because it's actually a question from me.
Okay.
Why do you think in this genre of country rap, because we always talk about Average Joe.
Right.
We talk about Macon.
Right. Those are the two leading labels over here.
And now we just last episode we put Trailer Made in the mix in our fantasy basketball game. Miracle basketball game. So
I would put them and then Demons label. That's your four majors right there.
Okay, 4. My question is, and this is probably gonna be a short answer. Matter of fact, I wasn't even gonna say Demons, Raw Records.
No, right.
So we're gonna go Average Joe the Granddaddy, Mako, Raw, Trailer Made.
Okay.
Why do you think there's not an emergence of labels in the genre of country rap? Even the artists, all the artists are happy saying I'm independent, but why aren't they representing? Because I can be Vic XL and Boondock Records. I can be co-branding.
It's different. It's a different thing. It's about the status. The labels over here are the status appeal, and they don't have the budgets.
And sadly, we didn't even say Holla Boy.
Well, I can't add Chase because Chase don't rap. You can add Church, but Church is an enigma. We can't put him over here.
Okay.
But everybody else we can do because they have themselves and rosters. Church has himself and then his roster as a country guy that can sing his ass off. But we don't want to add him. But it's about the budget. Everybody don't have that budget to be able to say that you got a legitimate label and or representing yourself as a legitimate label. I don't think. I mean, if Coca want to do like Coca Music Records or whatever that is, it's not the same as being signed to Trailer Made Records. Because the Trailer Made is going to have you got a brand identity, you got years of establishment that comes with Hard Target when he was solo, and then when Hard Target created the group that was Hard Target. Like each one of these labels have people that have been doing it behind them. It's not the same when you're saying, "Hey, I'm an independent. I got my own label." It's just it doesn't click the same.
So you think
it's about the budget? It's all about the budget.
So you think the fact they don't have a budget, they'd rather just not say they're a label? Because You've been putting out your own music, you are a label. You
definitely are, and they're doing it best way that they can, whether it's TuneCore, DistroKid, Ditto, whatever it is that they're going through. They just put it out independently, which is everybody over here is still independent. even these labels, they're still independent. They're just using distributors that push buttons as if they are a major label. But there's, it's about the status and the budget.
Okay. All right. Question number 2 for this episode. How, and this is going to kind of go on what we were just talking about Jack Gaspar.
Okay.
How do you know when to turn away a potential collab?
How to turn away? Well, how do you know when to turn away from a potential collab?
Like, say, for instance, I hit you in your inbox. Say, hey, fam, let's work.
Well,
how do you know what to accept and what to turn away?
You need to research who you're dealing with. Because whoever you're dealing with, and I'm going to be transparent and shit, they might have some charges or a history that ain't floating with your brain.
Or they could be done something to a girl in a hotel in another state.
Right. That any of that stuff will come back to you because now it's guilt by association. So if this person have these issues or these charges or has this reputation, it ain't even about something that's been proven. It could be somebody that has a bad rep, which is what we're hearing a lot about Bubba Sparks lately. We definitely got to get him on the interview because him being bad business and as long as he's been in the game, I don't understand that talk. But you got to research who you are. You got to research who you're about to work with and then figure out if this brand attaching to you is beneficial for you. And how can you capitalize on it? Now, if it's going to be anything that's going to be a detriment to your brand, run away from it. Just tell me right now, it ain't the best time for me doing features. Maybe we can collab later. And I'm not saying that these people are damned for life because, we all make mistakes. But you need to figure out right now what's the best option for you. And then if you feel like when your brand is bigger than theirs, you might be able to come back and be like, look, let's work on that feature now. So now you're helping them. And now you're helping them fix their shit because, they were probably coming to you too, knowing that they have a bad reputation or whatever it is that was in their past, and they need to fix it. So they were coming to you to help fix it.
All right, now I'm going to be honest. I agree with definitely doing the research on the artist when it comes to what could possibly be in the past, and you don't want to align yourself with that.
Right.
And I think most artists would disagree with me on this. Matter of fact, any artist I've ever talked to does. Mm-hmm. To me, any artist that has my amount of subs, followers, listeners, or above, I work with if they don't have that baggage. Okay. Now, say an artist hit me up. Say I'm sitting at 10,000. 10,000. Say I get 10,000 monthly streams. I got 10,000 subs all the way across the board. But that's you. Well, just say I don't really count. Just to say I got 10,000 on TikTok, 10,000 on the gram.
Okay.
So I got 5,000 to 10,000 on YouTube.
You're doing what FJ did to us.
No. You ain't gonna let me finish.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna do that at all. And say I got 10,000 monthly listeners, right?
Okay.
So say someone hits me who has 1,000 all the way across the board.
Okay.
Everything I said, they got 1,000. Right. I don't tell them no. I just have to give them some form of ticket. So that's not what FJ done to us.
No, he just said no.
Yeah, no, he didn't say no. He just didn't show. I would have respected the no.
Right.
That's and again, that's my thing with people, the communication. Mm-hmm. Because ain't no telling what I could have done in that 30-minute window I just sat there that he know that he wasn't coming. There was nothing, he could have had someone hit me up. So, but if I see this person got 1,000 all the way across the board, they reached out to me. I don't know if I can do them a free feature, and I don't know if I can work on the split. Because if you ain't got but 1,000, I don't know if the split is going to mean anything.
Okay. But and that's a good argument.
But me, personally, if they're not anything detrimental that I don't want my name attached to, like a R. Kelly or
okay,
you know, or right now I wouldn't do a feature with Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my name attached to that. So as long as they don't have anything in their past, so I'm gonna do my research. I'm probably gonna ask you what your real name is before I even. Hey man, what's your real name is, man? I'm gonna ask you. I'm like, bro, I'm doing my research.
Right.
So once I realize that, and you got 1,000, I'm gonna say, bro, what's your budget? Because you cannot hit me knowing I'm sitting at 10 and you're sitting at 1 and want me to do it for free. Because I think that's insane to want people to do things for free. That's going back to what you just said, right?
Right.
What we was talking about the person with the packages, and we're seeing the hip hop practices come over to country rap.
Okay.
I think it's insane to want someone, when you seek someone out, you know they're either doing equal or better than you. 1,000 all the way across the board are not seeking out artists who had 200.
Right.
They're not. They see them and they keep strolling. So you know there's a benefit. I don't think you should ask anyone to do something that you know will benefit you in a manner for free. Me personally, I don't, and I would never say, hey, let's charge, right? But I don't think artists should ask us to review their stuff and to interview them without saying, hey, man, y'all got a PayPal, y'all got a Cash App. That's just my personal opinion.
Those are two different topics. I want to come back to the interview stuff.
Okay.
But as far as the feature, it's a good argument. And I don't know if I could come up with why they shouldn't. Is ego involved in this though? Like it's my numbers are better than yours, and you beneath me, so you got to pay me. Is that? Do we have to do that? I know that's typical for artists, especially over here in the music industry on the rap side. But do we have to do that? Do you have to like treat everybody at that level? Because at some point you were that motherfucker with 1,000. You know, you got up to 10,000, but you at some point you were that little guy, and you were begging for features or begging to be seen. And there's right now you're at 10,000, but it's still a motherfucker above you with 100,000. So at some point you are going to be on any of those levels of that ladder. When and why? No, let me retract that. Why can't you still do features for somebody under you? It doesn't have to be free for everybody. Just do a freebie once a month. I've said that before.
Okay, maybe once a month.
It's about the energy. Like you are. I think when people go from that 1,000 to that 10,000, they fucking forget they were 1,000 at one point.
I'm not gonna forget that, but I also know the hard work and the money I invested in. I probably paid somebody who was at 1,000.
When you were what? When you were what? 500?
I probably paid somebody at 10,000 when I was at 1,000.
Right, but that's the practice that we are in. Like the cycle, that cycle doesn't work. I don't think it. I think that cycle just recycles fucked up energy. You know, I think if everybody is on the same level or plateau with bartering, then cool. But eventually something, and this is why the industry is so fucked up right now, because we are not reaching back and teaching when we get to a certain level. When we are at the top of that ladder or close to the top of it, none of us are reaching back and pulling anybody else up to our same level without some sort of monetary compensation. You know, that shit right there is the biggest crutch in the music industry. Like you can't do anything for free. And I understand it. I'm in the minority in this because I'm you can look at any sort of publishing sheet. You can look at most split sheets when you see them coming from, you know, people who are producing, the people that use split sheets. That being taken advantage of is the number one rule over here in the music industry, not just rap. You are, like you said this. If you cannot be used, you are useless.
Yes.
When they will use, they use the shit out of you in the music industry, especially artists. Artists have to understand that, and I think somewhere in there we forgot that we as artists, we forgot we have all the power. But we are without us, none of this other shit moves. There's no producers getting royalties. There's no splits on publishings. There's whoever's at the studio ain't getting no job because we got to come in there and record. whoever's at the label is not going to get their portion. And this is just 4 pieces that I'm mentioning. There's like 10 to 20 pieces that have to be involved for a record to be able to move from point A just to point B. And all of those other people cannot move without you doing what you do, as in being an artist. But somewhere in there, we lost our power and started giving up that power to where, and this is from the beginning of the music industry, we went from having all of the power to where we only get 30, maybe 25% of the record. You know, when it's our record, when it's our voice, when we are the brand, or we only get 25 to 50% of the publishing when it's our lyrics. We wrote them. You know, and I'm saying if somebody did write them completely, but even if we didn't write them completely, it's still our vocals that are being put to this track that is being put out to the world. I'm not of the consensus of charging everybody that is beneath me, because not saying that it shouldn't be happening. If it's somebody that's fresh out, that's never done anything else, I might take them under my wing, and that might be my one charity that I'm going to do. And then after that, I will maybe be compensated for certain features, like depending on who it is or what their brand is looking like or whatever that is. But you got to understand these features are still you, and it's still an extension of you on how you are going to use them to increase your brand. So it isn't a loss for you. It isn't something it also isn't something that you got to be like, try to put some sort of price tag on every piece of it just because it's your time and this person is beneath you. Because that same energy is going to be recycled when here I am and I'm at 10,000. No, here I am and I'm Jacquees and I want to get a nice feature, but I'm reaching out to Tory Lanez, and Tory Lanez is like, you know, I can do the feature, but the feature going to cost you $50K, you know. But right now it's probably like 20 to 30 people that's up under Jacquees that's trying to get a feature from him, and he's like, yeah, I can do the feature for you, but the feature gonna cost you $20K. You know what I'm saying? Typically the features are half of whatever these people are charging for a live performance show. So, but that cycle never ends. You know, Tory Lanez is probably like, I want to get a feature from Drake. Drake's like, well, shit, you want a feature from me, it's gonna cost you $500,000 because I'm $1 million ticket. You know, but ain't nothing above Drake. You know, Drake is the epitome, unless you go out of the genre and you start dealing with these other people like Elton John or some Ed Sheeran, the Uber people. But I don't know how to answer that question because I don't believe in the practices that are done over here in the music industry. I think it's all one big fuckery. I think it's all we're taking advantage of one person while being taken advantage of somebody else. The shit gotta stop for me.
I don't know. I'm not really big on asking for things for free.
You can barter.
I don't know. If I ain't got whatever my bartering, other than my talent.
You are your talent. That's enough.
I got 1,000 followers.
No, those 1,000 followers.
Let me say this.
Right.
Bartering is cool. I would sometimes rather barter than spend and use currency.
Right.
Especially if you have something I need. I love bartering. But I don't know. I just think sometimes if an artist has worked so hard and you've invested your money, you know what I'm saying? You've invested your time, which you can't get back. Right. I think it's almost a show of appreciation. You found me out here. You see, I'm sitting at 10. I'm not the hottest in the country. I'm mid-grade. But I got 10,000, which is 9,000 better than you all the way across the board. I just think you should at least say, like when people hit you, hey fam, let's work.
Who, me?
I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
I know why I done picked up you and Heather's word.
All right.
I've used it like 3 times. All right, let's work. Oh, right. I'm already working.
Right.
I'm already working. And no disrespect to you, because I haven't forgotten when I was 1,000 guy, but I do want you to respect what I've done to get me to 10, whether I bought them, grinded them out, whatever it is.
Right.
Bro, even if you hit me like, hey man, I got a year subscription to Netflix too. Something. It's just something about, because I see too many artists get mad like, man, old boy tried to charge me. And I'm like, but you reached out to him. You can't come to my house and say, hey, bro, I see you got them lawnmower back there. Won't you come cut my grass? For what? You ain't got no sweet tea? You gonna let me hit your wife? I mean, what? What am I getting? That's just me. But guess what? If I walk, I'm gonna walk on, let me see what you got over here. And I see you got your landscaping is something I'm like, man, I sure would like to cut this to test out my new weed eater.
Right.
Then I might come over there. I just think the artists who expect you to do it for free in the name of the genre, because that's what they do in hip hop.
Well, if they're not on the same level, then they should not expect the free. The free only happens when you're on the same level. Now, there are those that give out free sporadically here or there just because they can. But if y'all ain't on the same level, don't reach out to somebody like Savannah Dexter and be like, hey, can I get a feature? And you just started rapping, this year. That's not, don't expect free. Expect the ticket.
But I don't even think an artist should reach out to that was Coca. I don't think an artist, I don't think Rowdy Dowdy. And this is no way disrespect. This is just about numbers.
I got you.
I don't think Rowdy Dowdy should reach out to Coca and expect a free feature. Now, I do think if Coca does his research, likes Rowdy Dowdy's music, and if he wants to do it free, that's fine. But I don't think Rowdy Dowdy should be offended if Coca say, let me get 200 and my splits. I don't think
now that's fair. Because Rowdy Dowdy just started and right. Coca is above him. So that would be fair. But on the flip side, if Coca wanted to get the feature from somebody else and wanted to help them out and say, hey, Rowdy, let's do a feature. Rowdy shouldn't be like, well, shit, it's gonna cost how much you gonna show it, how much you gonna pay me. Nathan.
I looked at your numbers.
I'm helping your ass.
Yeah, this is Project Give Back. This my probation officer told me I gotta do one free verse a month.
One community service a month. This is it. So yeah, I don't see, again, we're all trying to push the genre forward. So somebody like Coca, and I've said this many times about Coca, JCB, Jack Gaspar, like all of y'all need to just be doing as many features as possible. But I don't know how to monetize that to where it makes sense for y'all, because y'all are basing it off of typical hip hop practices. Right? If you exclude the hip hop and just put the country over here, all y'all on the same plateau. There's a small group of the big ones, Church, Adam, Jelly Roll, all of those. There's a small group of those that will not do anything for free unless they're on that level. And I don't even know if Church is doing free features, truthfully, because ain't nobody up on the same level as him. But all of you need to be trying to move forward the entire genre with your brand. Your brand cannot move without the genre moving forward. If not, we're just all over here in the closet rapping to ourselves, doing recordings that ain't going nowhere. You might get 1,000, back to that 1,000 number. You might get 1,000 listens a month, and you're content with that. That's not enough. That's not enough to push you or the genre forward. But you should be striving for better, which is why you look above you and see who's doing better, and you reach out to get features from them. And those people are looking above them to see who they can talk to see if they can get features from them. I don't know how the Coca and Big Poe feature happened. First song we reviewed by him. And it was a dope introduction of what Coca is, and immediately I fell in love with him. He
probably, I don't know this to be true, but right. At the time we reviewed those records, and I'm just basing this on numbers.
Right.
I've never asked Coca. But chances are he probably paid Coca. He probably paid Poe. Remember, he also had a feature with Murder.
Agreed.
Chances are he paid for both of those, and I don't think he's out of pocket for paying for both of those.
I don't think so either, and I don't think they're out of pocket for charging for it because they had better numbers, they had more years of establishment in the genre. Like all of that makes sense. But now, in 2022, Coca is just as much of an influence as they are. I think I'm not saying that he should be charging as much. Now I don't know why we keep getting them back on Coca, but Coca, we love you.
On Coca.
But I know right now he just as much influence as they do within the genre, whether he believes it or not, because he is an established artist. He's being consistent, and the quality of work that he's putting out is good shit. So he should be charging for features for anybody that is beneath him. But no, you can't be don't tax. Like $1,000 for a feature over here, I don't know who is doing it over here, but a lot of y'all ain't worth that. But also, you got to keep in mind that feature money that is coming from that guy that is beneath you, that's money that is coming out of their budget. That's money that they need to be putting into their advertising and promotional budget, but they're now putting it in your pocket. They got to turn around and recycle that money some sort of way to help move that record. Most of these guys, when I see them putting money in their pockets, and they do the videos with the feature also, but I don't see where they're doing a lot of promo after the fact. But that's a consensus throughout the genre.
And this is my last thing on that. Also, chances are you're going to send them a beat, your hook, whatever your concept is.
Right.
They're going to have to record themselves or go somewhere to get it recorded. So
that's what a feature price needs to start.
Yes, and I think that's where a lot of artists don't. That's when they get mad. Man, he tried to charge me, bro.
He got to go record it.
He gotta work. Even if he has a home studio, he's got to get up off his couch. He probably got to go buy him some good green.
Right.
Get his mind right. You know what I'm saying? Get in that zone. Record. If he's recording himself, he got to punch in whatever goes behind that or goes with that. You're asking that person to work.
Right.
Worst case scenario, you can say, I'm gonna give you $100. That's $25 an hour. I think it should take you 4 hours.
Right.
I mean, I just don't think that people should ask when you're asking up.
I think that's fair. Free. That's fair. $100. You should start right there with $100 just for the studio time.
And I think you as an artist, if you ain't made $100 off your music, sitting back on your ego saying, man, your kids should slap you because you ain't made nothing other than your streaming money. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I've watched artists. I watched the artist the other day, and they were doing features for like $600. I'm like,
$600 in this genre?
No.
Okay.
But still, they shouldn't get. They should give out 6 features with $600. I got an artist for you.
Okay.
And then we can move to the next question. An artist to the caliber of, because this is a good one. An artist to the caliber of T-Rock, who has a million albums.
Not T-Rock.
How much do you think T-Rock should be paid for a feature?
A stack.
You think he should get a stack?
Easily. He's easily worth a stack. Yes.
You think so?
Yeah. He's not. One, his body of work is impeccable. 2, he ain't finna just half-ass it because he can rhyme his ass off. So you getting quality rhymes with that feature. Plus, he's got a lot of odds. I don't even know while we're looking it up. Right now he does 46,000 monthly listeners. So he has a lot more than you. Yeah, on Spotify. He has that many people listening to him monthly on Spotify. So you're guaranteed ears. More than you got right now. He's worth a stack.
Do you think, this is another question. Dang, I'm adding questions that's not on the list. Next question. Do you think artists, but we're going to stay on features. Okay. Do you think artists in the genre of country rap should reach out to artists that are outside of country rap? Like we've seen with Bobby Chance, who had bootleg from the Dayton family. We've seen it with, Mr. Collie Park and Big Murph and Simple Man.
Well, those genres are cousins. Are we talking about completely out of the genre, or
like I'm talking about like, say, Coca and T-Rock.
I don't know if it's beneficial for either one of them. It's just a bucket list thing. Because T-Rock's fans don't give a shit about Coca.
You don't think a T-Rock fan might appreciate Coca?
Mm-mm.
You don't?
Mm-mm. And vice versa. I don't think so.
So that goes back to your T.I. co-signing country rap.
Yes, it's about the fan base and who they look like and what they listen to. Now, if it was Billy the Kid, possibly.
Billy the Kid is country rap. Or you saying?
I know. I'm saying it's because they're black. It's because of the race on this one for sure. Because these people are. We talking about T-Rock. We talking about 3-6 Mafia folks. We talking about some ghetto ass hood ratchet rap. We talking about that shit. I'm talking about not the 2022 ratchet. I'm talking about the 2000s ratchet. Like I'll beat your ass type ratchet. You know, tear the club up ratchet. That type of shit. They ain't gonna rock with Coca. But they also country. So when they see and hear this black dude that is doing this country rap, he might get 10% of them to be fans if he got a feature, and then like, oh, this is some country shit that I like. This country shit that I live.
So
I am a country motherfucker.
You're basically saying T-Rock wouldn't probably gain Coca any fans, but Coca probably would gain T-Rock some fans.
Oh, for sure. And Billy the Kid more so than Coca. Yes, because of the look. I'm not even going to say, but yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right.
Again, it all goes back to the researching who you are dealing with and how they benefit you. If they can benefit you. I can't see Jesse B getting a feature from Diamond, from Crime Mob. There ain't no benefit there. That doesn't help you at all. And I can make that happen because I talk to Diamond Robbie once a week, but it doesn't benefit either one of them because neither one of their fan bases are going to cross paths.
But could it, if just say Jesse B wanted to do, I'm just going to say a rendition.
Okay.
Nuck If You Buck. I ain't saying utilize the same, but when you hear it, you know this song derives from Nuck If You Buck.
Then yes, that would work.
Hey, Jesse B swagging on some country girl.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So would Jesse B benefited in getting a Diamond and Princess or Diamond or Princess or you feel them?
It would help. It would help Jesse B more than it would help Diamond. It would definitely help Jesse B because now you got a stamp from an OG that did the original, and that is a classic song, Nuck If You Buck. So if you're gonna get Diamond on your version of that song, then hell yes, that's a plus. But no one that listens to it on Diamond's side is gonna give a shit that this white girl's doing this song. None.
You're right.
Unless they're white.
And so I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah, look, what's this white girl doing? Is she country too? What she know about knucking and bucking?
But they know about knucking and bucking.
No, they knuck and buck now. They knuck and buck the animals. They go out there and beat the shit out of them in the woods.
So I don't know. Again,
it's about researching. Like research who you dealing with or who you want to work with and how it benefits you and your brain.
I need to write that down. Look if you buck.
I gave you an idea.
I might have to redo that. We nucking.
Let me know if you need a number. I got
it. Yeah. All right. Next on, how do you professionally handle consistent trolls?
Oh God. I can't answer that.
Okay,
I'm the wrong person to answer.
I'm gonna answer that.
I don't handle trolls well. I can't answer that, fam.
I think the best way to handle a consistent troll.
I am a consistent troll. So there's no way that you can handle me.
I think the best way to handle it for your sanity is number one, block.
Yes.
Just block them. Unless you're like me, who refuse to block anyone. But my ignore game is on 1,000. Now, to me, trolls, they love you. They're fans. They cannot hate you that much and come every day.
And comment? And like?
No, they
dislike.
They're coming because they want you to say something. So ultimately, they are a fan. And ultimately, there are people who are coming to see them come at you. So if you ignore the troll, you can actually use the troll as a form of marketing. And if you got a live chat, your chat gonna beat them down, so they can keep your chat entertaining. I don't mind a troll as long as they keep it, as long as they don't cross the line.
What's the line?
For me,
there ain't no limits for trolls. Now.
Well,
you're right.
You're right. But for me, I have a line.
Okay.
My line is: do not address my race and do not address my family.
Okay.
That's my line.
Okay.
We're not going. When I say address my race, I don't have an issue with someone of another race discussing something within my race. Matter of fact, I think those conversations are healthy and we can get to know each other.
But they ain't finna come over here and call us no 3 ninjas.
Right. You're not gonna call me no ninja.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna be honest. I have a list. I'm different from Spank. Spank petty and my petty is different. My petty is working my way to see you. I'm figuring out what you do, what you frequent to make us coincidentally run into each other. A troll will make me change occupation. Oh, they come and see us all the time. Y'all hiring over here at Sears? Because unfortunately, I still live in real. I'm not going to bully you, but I'm always prepared for what comes next.
Right.
If you say something about me on the internet, I need to see if you will say that to my face. Because you know what? If I say your song is bad on this show, I will say your song is bad when I see you if you ask me.
Right.
I'm not going to change it because I see you. I've been ran up on by artists for writing bad reviews about them. I remember an artist ran up on me like I was going to work. They beat me at work, beat me to work. Like, man, and I said, this music sounds like the music of a hobbyist. I didn't mean that negative, but they ran up. Now take my music serious. You don't ruin this publication. And hey, you see that right there, right?
Boy, you about to get some hot lead in that ass. You better back up.
Now, but the person had tears in their eyes.
Right.
And I apologized after I told them what I meant.
Okay.
Because I didn't take back what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I said the music just sounded like someone who maybe had a full-time job who couldn't put their all into it.
Right. That's a hobbyist.
That makes you a hobbyist.
Exactly.
Because you hear the word hobby and you say you're serious about it, that offends you. But really, if you're not making income out of it, you are a hobbyist. We are hobbyists when it comes to this show.
Right.
Because it has not allowed me nor you to quit any form of our occupation.
Well, Rap Juggernaut would say that we're interns on our own show, which I agree. We're not getting paid.
That works.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, he was up, but I seen how serious he was, and I seen once he seen that thing, and then he said, I wasn't going to back down. I felt the need to apologize because he was really in a situation where I don't know if he thought I don't know what he thought, but it definitely wasn't what he thought.
Gotcha.
And I would hate to have been the journalist who shot somebody because they got a bad review. But he would have, I ain't saying I would have killed him.
Right.
But he would have been a hobbyist. Because that kneecap would have got. I mean, but there are people, like, because I don't come after anyone. I don't diss anyone. You know, if I give a review, if I don't like it, I don't like it. But if I review only things I like, then the fans won't respect me nor you.
Agree.
So it is what it is. When you put it out there for public, there are people who diss us. We just probably don't know.
This is true. And the ones that do diss us publicly, that we address it. Like,
yeah.
Why? Like, where's that coming from?
If someone said something that was true, okay, promise me, before I got my dental work, right?
Right.
If someone came out and dissed me because I used to hide behind the mic to hide my gap,
right?
I can't come at them.
Right.
That's true. I mean, I might look at them, and if I see something I can joan back about,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But if they say, "Look, man, I stopped watching Duke. I just couldn't tolerate him hiding behind that mic, covering that big ass gap," what can I say? Come on back, bro. I got some dinner work. Come on back. I can't. So we got to understand that we're going to be criticized.
Agreed.
So,
there's no other than blocking. Blocking is probably your best option.
If you take it personal, block them.
Oh yeah, if you are sensitive, you need to block immediately. But block as many as you can, because you can't be sensitive. You cannot be overly sensitive. You can be okay sensitive because you put a lot of work into it, your emotions into it, et cetera, et cetera. But if you're too sensitive to where every little negative that you hear is getting to you, and now you want to fight somebody or you want to quit, you should start blocking folks, because you gotta become desensitized to this shit.
Yeah, and the one thing I'm going to say is, no matter what, once you recognize they are a troll, do not, I repeat, do not engage.
Yeah, don't. don't ever feed the troll.
You know, I've like, I don't know, because some people just have negative comment.
Right.
And I respond if I feel respond worthy. But if I see it pop right back, like especially instantly, I'm like, oh no, that's a troll. Because I'm not gonna go round and round. Because I remember one time when I was doing Our Nation, and it wasn't even called trolling then, but a person said, man, you lame as hell. So me, I'm like, man, I don't think I'm lame. I don't think most of the people that hang around me are lame. I'm like, bro, you know what? If you met me, you probably would think I was cool.
Right.
I was like, I'm gonna be at the Wu-Tang Clan show tonight at the Variety Playhouse. Man, I'm gonna have on I'm having on a red Our Nation shirt. Come rock with me, man. Say what's up. Shake my hand. I'll buy you a beer. Da 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 da. Right? I'm truly want to convince this person that I'm not lame, even though now I know what the fuck is lame, or what. I'm sorry, what the hell is lame?
Right.
The next day, if not the next day, the day after the next, that person said, man, you were right. Now he said, man, you know what? I was right. You're lame as hell. I stood by you and listened to your whole conversation for 30 minutes, and it reiterated how lame you are. And I started to speak to you, but in listening to you talk to the person, I realized how lame you are, and I didn't want your beer. At that point, I was like, you know what? Because I used to think, you know, my mom used to tell me you get more with sugar than manure.
Right.
I wanted to give them, and some people don't want sugar. They just want to bring them manure. So that person, I just, at that point, ignored them. I never blocked them, but they're like, oh man, you so lame, you were Old Navy. You know, just.
Well, your ignore game must be super strong, because I don't do that.
Yeah, I ignore you. If you don't cross that line, because I'm gonna fight with you probably. So I'm gonna troll you just as much you troll me. Like on my job, when customers give me a problem,
all right.
Hey man, where you work at? Where you work at? Because you're giving me a lot about this return. Where you work at? I'm coming through when I get off. I say that at least once a week. Calm down. What's the problem? Or when people get to giving me too much,
right?
Stop. I'm going to give you what you want. We don't got to do all that because you're just trying to show out. Stop. Right. This is not my stuff. You don't have a receipt. I just got to do what I got to do to maintain my job. This is not mine. So we don't have to argue. I'm not no PABs. So we can keep it going.
I got you.
All right, last question. How do you set up a country rap media run for a single?
Well, that'll be short because there ain't but two media over here. You can't do more. You can't do a media run. You need to do a run or just a promotional run if you can. But you need to reach out to the media outlets. First of all, you got to make sure that the single is ready and legit. And if the single is club worthy or even mixtape worthy, you need to put shit on Vertigo because we already done set that shit up for you. And then send that Vertigo link to all the DJs that are over here. Starting with DJ Cannon Banyan because he has a mixtape series that he puts out. I don't know how many other DJs do whatever over here, but I know that what he does. Then after you're done with Cannon Banyan, then you want to reach out to media. There's us, and then I got some shit to say, podcast, and then there's about a list of about 50 to 60 reactors. Some of those reactors aren't just over in country rap. Some of them do
both,
all genres. But if you've seen where they've done anybody in country rap, see if they're interested in doing that. But you gotta. Here's the thing: it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're just trying to get it out there for the masses to see, then go the route that I'm talking about. If you got something that might be trendy, that might be getting ready to do some sort of viral campaign with it, then you need to go outside of the genre and use, what is it called? Quick. I'm gonna look some up while I'm talking. There's resources that are at your disposal. There's a couple sites that rank influencers. I think one is called Quick Market or Quick Place or something like that. And then there's another one called Influencer. And there's about two more that just target TikTokers. And let's say, we can use twerking at the hold down as an example. Like if y'all got the dance ready, then you need to be targeting high level influencers and pay. No, I'm gonna pull it back. I'm not gonna use twerking. I will use twerking at the hold down as an example, but I'm gonna use what we did with DJ Shows and Thick as the example that worked for hip hop. You need to find an influencer that has major influence. A real influencer, when they do a TikTok, you got 10 to 20 other TikTokers duplicating what they did within the hour. And these aren't just like, let's say you got an A-lister that's doing it, and then the B-listers would do it, and then the C-listers would do it, and then the D-listers would do it. Like the D-list is the people that just starting out fresh, don't really have a good following, but they're just trying to build up some content. By the time this one person does it, by the end of the day, that one turns into 1,000. So bare minimum about 500. And you get 2 or 3 of those of the A-listers to do it, and you do one a week, and then by the third week, you now have a viral campaign that is moving because the 2 that you paid turned into 2,000 TikToks, and those 2,000 TikToks are influencing everybody else that really ain't trying to make a TikTok, but they watch TikTok. So now you got, and then once the kids jump onto it, you'll know when the kids got to jump onto it, because that one that turns into 1,000 that you paid, you're now generating 1,000 a day, and you ain't have to pay no damn body because the kids have taken over. Once the kids jump on it and that viral campaign starts moving, then you need to ride that momentum and do other associated media outlets that rock with what you're doing. Not saying that it has to be specifically hip hop, but it could be somebody that talks about viral campaigns and let them do a short write-up or do a quick video interview, or somebody that is in the genre that does other interviews that are associated with that genre. You want to go and talk to them and do a quick interview with that, or go to a news outlet or send a little snippet like this is somebody that grew up in this state and this song is going viral, check it out. And then the news people to start doing little media segments on you. But it's all strategic and tactical, but you got to start in certain places. Typically in hip hop, we start at the top and let the influence trickle down. Over here, it's not a top. So we got to like blanket it. You got to throw the whole blanket over the shit. So when you start the campaign, you reach out to all the TikTokers, reach out to all of the IG influencers, reach out to everybody that has the influence. And then you tell them like the campaign starts on this day, make sure that you have your campaign ready. And then you got to pay them for this stuff. Some people will do it for free. But the ones who have real influence, they know their value, and they're going to, here we go talking about features again. They know their value and they know that they should be compensated. So they're going to hit you with a ticket. The ticket's fine as long as it's justified. I would estimate it probably cost about $2,000 to do all of the influencers, the media outlets, hit up the DJs, make sure that they got the record ahead of time. It might even be $2,000. I would probably say 1,000, truthfully, because the influencers over here shouldn't be charging that much. They should be really affordable. But with 1,000, you should be able to blanket and throw it out there and get everything ready. But after that, if at any time you see that you're getting any radio movement and you did not pay for it, you need to hit up that radio station immediately. Like as soon as you see your shit on any BDS or anywhere, it pops up, because they're playing it off of GP. They're playing it off of however they got it, and wherever they got it from. But it's not like you got to put the shit in the new music server and let them service the record for you. Like we have very few outlets over here. We got influencers, we got us and Chad Arms people as media outlets, and that's it. Like we don't have the Breakfast Clubs or the Ryan Cameron Morning Show or all these other outlets. We don't have any of those. So by not having radio, this also saves you a budget because radio is going to cost you about $30 to $50K just for the promo shit. But by not having that, you just need to duplicate the influence within the genre, and let the influencers work, but also let the artists work too, because the artist can be your biggest asset while you're over here. Once you, as an artist who has any sort of influence, and Coca's influence isn't that great musically, but culturally he is. Not only because he's our homeboy and we love him to death. But what he does and what he's about to do for the genre with the collabs, like nobody's thinking about that. Nobody over here been thinking about that since country rap started. But he's doing something that he's trying to bring the genre together. And that alone he should be, commended for, because, it's very hard to get two people on the track, not much less he got a damn dozen on the track, so hats off to him and Pawpaw Fresh for doing this. But you just got to make sure that whoever you're working with, again, a feature thing, research them, make sure that they got the accolades or the accomplishments that you need for you to be able to benefit off of it. You can't just get any old regular ass influencer and think that you finna go viral from them. It doesn't work that way. Not in a viral sense. You got to start up top. And I think with us, Demi Lovato's sister, when she got the record, Thick left. Thick was gone. And we didn't have to pay her. Like, she did it just off of shits and giggles one day. And that was probably $1 million ticket that we did not have to pay, thankfully. Because I know she taxes for her programming that she does on her
Demi Lovato's sister?
Yeah, I can't remember her name. She's another D though. Her name starts with a D.
She's an influencer?
She's a major influencer, absolutely. She's one of the top influencers in the country. Like right up under Kylie Jenner. She might be right there with her.
Oh, that's dope.
But she gets paid $1 million. So if you're gonna do something, you better have that check ready, because she ain't gonna do it, just for whatever. But I think, again, it's about the marketing. What we had done, we went up like 2 levels below her, and we paid a bunch of folks up under her that was, got the ball rolling. And I guess she was like, well, why are these people doing it and I'm not doing it? And it was a dance. So by the time she looked at it and these folks jumped on it, she did it too. It was enough. And here we are, 2 gold records later, and a feature from Meg Thee Stallion, which really didn't, wasn't a lot.
I think just speaking of that record, I heard the original version more than I ever heard Meg Thee Stallion.
It was the Meg one was just to push us to another level, just because it wasn't necessary. He was already gold at that point.
All right, that's it, man. Those are 4 dope questions. 4 dope questions. Hopefully, we answered the questions for you guys the best we could. Remember, this is the AMA. If you have questions and things you want answered, it doesn't have to always, you can be any type of artist, because the Country Rap Report, we have so many gems in this. If you're an artist aspiring to get knowledge, especially free knowledge, this is a good platform for you to watch, especially when you see Music Industry Playbook or Ask Me Anything. We're going to drop some jewels that you can apply to help further your music career. That's all I have.
I'm looking up. It is Quick Place. It's QUIKPLACE.io. They research influencers, and the other one for the ones that specifically for Instagram. Keep talking, and I'll find that one for you.
I just seen something interesting while we're talking. Shout out to my guy Leroy Biggs. I'm not sure if this episode would air before this happens.
Uh-huh.
Leroy Biggs has a free concert and video shoot on the 16th at Will's Honky Tonk. I'm not sure in what seat. I think that's in Florida.
That's what's up, Leroy.
That's dope, Leroy. You should pack that thing out. Concert and video shoot. So y'all go mess with Leroy. Get in the video. Enjoy yourselves.
The other one is called Influence Grid. You can use that one as a base for what you should be charging or what you should be paying people for their viral campaign. There's one more site that I think I might have made a whole folder just for it, because I saved all of those people. When I find it, I'll shoot it to you, or I'll put it in the when this episode goes live, I'll put it in the chat, or I'll put it into the comments whenever I find it. I'm sure it's buried somewhere.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, right now is the time where you drop your hundreds in the chat, in the comments for Heather. Now, all y'all do it when y'all watch it, definitely during the live chat. But you know what? If you're watching this after the premiere and you make it to the end, drop the 100 for Heather in the comments. She likes seeing them in the comments also. So she likes them in the live chat, but she likes them in the comments. So y'all definitely show Heather your appreciation. Make sure y'all visit countryrapreport.com for all your country rap report needs. That's all I got for him, good sir.
That's all I got.
Y'all please take the advice, use it to the best of your ability to help progress your career. And keep the questions coming, because as the industry grows, there's going to always be questions. And you know what? Maybe we didn't answer it the way you want. Ask it in a different way. And I'm sure there's going to be times that we answer some of the same questions. They would just deliver it differently. And like, you answered it already. But you watch now.
Right.
All right, man. It's your boy, Vic XL.
It's your dude, Spank.
And you know what? I'm super stressed out, so I got to go back to writing my speech or whatever it's called. I'm not even sure what it's called. Wedding officiant.
That's what it's called?
I don't know. That's what I am. I'm a wedding officiant.
Okay.
And boy, you don't even know how bad my nerves are.
You can't just leave it. You got to remember this shit, or you can't have a little cheat sheet in
No.
the Bible one?
You can have a cheat sheet in the Bible, but that don't matter. I'm still nervous because these people don't like me.
Oh.
Well, the person I'm doing wedding do. Well, there's one person who don't, and that's her mother.
Okay.
And chances are her husband don't like me either. Which some people just pick up on envy because there's no reason he shouldn't like me. He don't know me. But I feel because I'm doing this in front of my ex, because this is my daughter's wedding, right. I just feel an enormous amount of pressure because I feel like they're going to be like,
oh, yeah.
So
you got it, man.
I hope
don't let it stress you.
I got 48 hours. 48 hours. I'm going to do a lot of drinking tonight. Get my nerves right, and then spend time with family. We'll leave out tomorrow. I'm gonna have a whole day with family. I'm gonna rehearse. I intentionally didn't do this early because I felt like, for me, the more I prep, the more I mess up.
Okay.
I do better with short time as opposed to, like for instance, when we have reviews, right?
Right.
When I've watched those videos over a week or so ago, those tend to be the worst shows. It's the ones that I just watched that I feel like I have better energy. I don't know why I'm like that.
I'm the same. I'll forget the stuff.
Yeah.
I'll forget it like a couple of days ago. So I really don't watch anything until you send the list over, and then an hour before I get ready to shoot, I go watch them and take notes.
And I don't like going back watching over, so I'm like, damn, I had to thug through it.
Especially if it's trash. Well, that makes you mad.
Yeah. Especially if like I know this wasn't good by my notes, but I don't, because the way I write my notes, I don't know why I wrote that. So
right.
I mean, guys, worse the second time.
Right. I was too nice. Let me take a couple more points though.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy Big XL.
It's your dude, Spank.
We are the Country Rap Report. countryrapreport.com is right now. Y'all can get us by DM, instant message, text if you know our numbers, whatever. Keep the questions coming. All right, peace.
Peace, y'all.